Hello, good morning to all. I welcome you to this live webinar rather. Most of you have already done your exercises. We have seen how you have collected data and stored it, and I have also exported the GPX files and linked it to OSMAND and Mapillary. Just one initial remark is we should remember that EpiCollect 5 is both an offline and online data. A few of our trainees have apprehensions what will happen in the areas where there is no mobile signals at all. One need not worry because it's specifically mentioned that it is an offline and online data collection. Only thing is once you have created a project and got the required necessary authorizations to add the data, one can easily add the projects in the mobile app and go for it offline without worrying about the signal. But you must remember that if you are not having a signal in those areas, your location quality accuracy gets reduced. You may not get the required accuracy. That is the one important point because what we are doing, we are collecting the specific location information using EpiCollect 5. If your signals are weak, you may not get the required accuracy from the location services of the mobile. They may not properly work also sometimes if you have weak signal. So that's the only thing. Otherwise, your mobiles are capable of getting GPS signals even indoors also because mobile, unlike GPS receivers, they work in a hybrid GPS mode. They get the signals from internet and also they get the signals from the mobile towers. That way, your signals will be more accurate because your accuracy levels, if you see, it can go up to 4 meters. Probably you must have seen even 3 meters also. That is because of the hybrid nature of the signal. So this one point should be remembered by one and all while collecting the data in remote areas where your mobile signals are weak. So almost keep a watch on your GPS, the location accuracy. That's the thing one should remember. So other things, most of you are doing it in EpiCollect 5. It's a very user-friendly one app, and specifically allowing us to collect offline, and also helping us to download the data and exporting in the format of the CSV file, mostly in a compressed format. And then we have to show you how to open this compressed CSV file either in uncompressed format in the my Geotrack cloud or in the as such in the zip format in the gpsvisualizer.com, and you can export in the formats which we require. You can download it from the GPS visualizer in a what you call text file, or you can get it GPX file, or you can get it even Google KML file also. So that is the and then you can easily open in OSMAND with the what you call Mapillary is on. Okay, that's all from my side, folks. You have any things? I am here to clarify those doubts. Thank you, sir. Ramurthy garu?
Yeah. Good morning, all. I'll give a. There are some confusions among the trainees. I discussed with some trainees. I'll just brief the total sequence of steps have been undertaken by you in the last 2-3 days. So basically, some things are to be done in laptop, that is in web browser, and some things are to be done in your mobile. So first, what we have done, we have created a form in EpiCollect to collect a point based data, point location, not for line and polygon. The limitation of the EpiCollect is only for point data collection. So for that, you have created a form, and after that, that was downloaded to your mobile through EpiCollect mobile app, and after that, you have collected the data and upload it to the server. That is one part. So first is the form creation is in your laptop, and data collection using mobile app. Then you have uploaded, and after that you have downloaded the data collected under CSV. So CSV is not a exchange file. So for that sake, to open your data in other applications like OSMAND or Mapillary or any GA software, so what you have done is you have converted the CSV file into GPX file. GPX is a exchange format file. So for that, you have done that with the GPS visualizer. This is the intermediate software. So after that, GPX file is conversion is done in a web browser, and that file is again brought to your mobile through your mail and downloading it, and the same thing has been seen in OSMAND application in mobile. The purpose of conversion is since it is an exchange format, as sorry, as it is you cannot open CSV file in OSMAND, the conversion process is required. So once that OSMAND app, the GPX is opened, then you can see all the things, all the points, but there are no attributes because you don't have an attribute information to be displayed in OSMAND. So only your XY coordinates will be seen, that point location on a base map can be seen in that. So these are the things. And Mapillary is another software where you can record a track with photographs. So Mapillary, once Mapillary, there are some queries about the Mapillary also. Mapillary is once uploaded, I am not able to find my files data collected in my mobile. See, the problem is if you want your file, your data to be retained with you before uploading, it resides in your phone memory. So Mapillary folder is there. So in phone memory, so you have to take those GPX files and corresponding JPG files. So photographs are saved in the JPG files with XY coordinates of that particular location. So JPG files and the GPX file, you save it in your some other location before uploading it. So these are the some of the doubts expressed during our interaction with some of the trainees. So this is a sequence of events, and all the three applications, whether it's EpiCollect, whether it's Mapillary, whether it's OSMAND, it is only for data collection. They don't have all the GIS capabilities. It's only part of the GIS, that is data collection. Thank you very much.
Meanwhile, I just say a few words about this file. Yeah, I think, sir, you can go ahead, sir.
Just one observation I have. Hello?
Yeah. Yes, sir.
There was some question about Mapillary and how we can use this Action Pro cameras, GoPro or any other cameras instead of mobile cameras. There were some questions from some trainees. Hello?
Yeah.
Yes, sir. You can go ahead, sir.
You can use mobile or any action camera also, provided the cameras have GPS capability. And there is a mode, Wi-Fi, RC and IPP mode is there in those cameras. So you can activate those modes and very well use that in the Mapillary, because they give a very good resolution, and with blur-free images. So it is a welcome introduction in the Mapillary data collection. Thank you. That's I wanted to add that some question was there from some trainee. Ravi Garu?
I'm very much there. So you people are so happy using Mapillary and Epicollect 5 and OSMAND. I myself, if I put myself in your shoes, the shoes of the trainees, you see, simulating the geoheritage data is something that is unique because you get so many newspaper items, like, when I did the simulation of the location of the second oldest rock in Odisha. I sent a video also. It was straight from the Hindu newspaper. And all I did is use the village itself. So now the question is to actually go to the village with Epicollect 5 and to be on the outcrop and note the thing, that is the most important thing. So in the absence of that, due to lockdown and various other factors, so we have chosen something that has come from the newspaper. So this opened the vistas for you, for Geoheritage. When you get a Geoheritage, either through any mass media, you can upload it to number one, Epicollect. Epicollect is more personal, okay? But from Epicollect, you upload it to your Maps.me. Then it becomes populated in OpenStreetMaps. So the entire world can see it. They can't see the photograph. They can see it as a monument. Okay, I will anyway come to Maps.me and that. So in this simulation of the data, this is a wonderful thing that is possible in our Epicollect file. And you know that you must be a manager for this. So being a manager means you are giving the keys of your cash box to someone else. Remember it. Now, it depends that this is a public cash box. Suppose you are a group of 30 persons. So you are a close-knit group and you know that people will not mess up with the data. I recommend this approach. But always give a footnote. This is simulated from such and such a news item. You can in fact create one field as a link, hyperlink to the news item, so that people who are seeing the news item can go to the hyperlink and actually see what it's about. And probably some of them know that it is simulated. They may help you in actually further fine-tuning and locating it within an accuracy of 5 meters. I've seen that more or less you get 5 meters in most parts of India.
Pal, the question is, if we want to know the attributes of a point in OSMAND, which you already said doesn't show on the map, is there any other means to know it?
Very, very good question, Megapal. Meghapal, I think it's not Megha. Meghapal.
Yes.
So it's a nice question. You must know what are attributes. I don't know about how you were introduced to GIS, but all of you, ladies and gentlemen, you are one way or other in the domain of geographic information system. We welcome you all to Geographic Information System. You have gone through the door we have created through Epicalect and through OSMAND for the sake of Geoheritage. So now, attribution. What is attribution? Because Meghapal, she already knows what are attributes. Attributes, if I try to explain you very easily, because many of you are not aware of. Let me say, my name is Ravi Kumar. So that is my name attribute. Now, my qualification is the qualification attribute. Now, my age is another attribute. Then, from which university is at another attribute. So, for any geospatial data itself begins with location. Any data that can be located on Earth is geospatial data. Seriously, please try to ponder about that. I am at Hyderabad. So my present location is at Hyderabad. So people who are seeing around the world, I think probably if I am lucky enough, my retired Director General friend Nitish Datta, he might be watching now either live or maybe afterwards on the recording. So from there, knowing that I am from India is sufficient. But for those from Ladakh and Assam, they would like to know from which state and further from which district, like that. So your GIS depends on the scale of information you want. Anyway, 5-meter accuracy means you have a radius of a circle, 5 meters, you are within that.
Yeah, another question, sir.
Yeah, please.
Same from Meghapal only. Her question is again, and another one, as we exported the data in OSMAND, the points gets located on the map. I wanted to know if the viewers wanted to know who has collected the data, can that be known?
Yeah, this is another nice question. You know, sometimes I would say that this is a windfall. What we want to explain you are asking the questions. So it is nice that you have that probing tendency. So if you keep the data on OpenStreetMap, whoever records on OpenStreetMap has to log in. And unless you log in, it will not allow you to add data to OpenStreetMap. I'm coming to explaining that actually. So the moment you log in and add data to OpenStreetMap, you are known. But it is likely the amount of attribution for Geoheritage you want will not be available in OpenStreetMap, because as the name of OpenStreetMap suggests, it started with mapping streets. So then it expanded to mapping hotels, mapping tourism areas, so on and so forth. So now we use it extensively for Geoheritage. So some attribute you have in Epicalect, the form can only be created on a laptop. The resources available on a smartphone, let it be an iPhone or an Android phone, they are insufficient to actually create a form. So that's why we never taught you really how to create a form, but we created a form and gave it to you. And those of you who want to create a form, don't want to wait for the probably next training, I don't know when. God willing, yes, the next training will be in depth into GIS. Then for GIS, Epicalect 5 is also a source of information. Then we will teach you how to make forms. In the meantime, you have to satisfy yourself browsing on the YouTube. You got wonderful videos. You may find even one of my videos wherein it is told how to create a epicollect form. So, do we have any more questions? I will spend 5 more minutes up to 10:40 before I go into the other topic, Maps Me and OpenStreetMap. So all my friends are here. We can answer your questions. Use your WhatsApp numbers. Use the YouTube channel. Please go ahead. Ask us questions. I will be giving my narrative to you nevertheless.
Sir, if you permit, I'll just add one or a couple of sentences to our Mega Paul's question. Regarding the attributes, whether we can see the attributes in OSMAND. If not, what we should do. So attribute information you cannot see, that that is a limitation of the OSMAND. Only thing is the CSV file which you have downloaded from epicollect, that can be seen in any JS software like Quantum JS or OpenGem or any proprietary software also.
Go ahead.
In epicollect 5, is there any in which I am able to see from which email ID I have loaded the data with? Ramurthy, please.
Yeah, what is the question?
If we want to know, in epicollect 5, is there any way in which I am able to see from which email ID I have loaded the data with? That is the data originator is asking, the attributes of a data originator in epicollect 5.
See, one thing is it's your instrument number is encoded and given in one of the attributes. That is one thing. Otherwise, you can create another attribute, data collector's phone number or email ID. But other than that, I don't know. So in what way email is figuring in that? So we don't have any email ID in the attribute information, isn't it? From instrument, from which instrument you have collecting the data, that can be, I think that can be, that is placed in encoded format. But you can add one field like data collector's email ID or data collector's phone number, etc. Is it the question? I think that is the question.
I think it is answered, because nowadays in this time of data privacy, the email IDs are not to be known so easily. So I think your question is, your reply is well taken. And Megha is thanking us for reply. And Satyabrata Guha Saab is asking, are these photographs once recorded or editable too?
When you start making your own epicollect forms, what you do is you attempt a survey. Let us say this is now a survey for Geoheritage. Suppose you want to do some other survey. Then what you do, the data you want to collect, you will first make a table with field names. Of course, you cannot do without the location. So location is paramount. Then when you have a camera, you won't do without the camera photo shot. Then when you take a photo shot, one photo shot close up and one to show the neighborhood. So you will have two photo shots. Then when you explore epicollect on the laptop, you will see even you can record your voice, you can record video. So I'm just touching on something we have not taught you, because there was a question about it. Now, if we don't have further questions, we will move to the world of Maps Me and OSM OpenStreetMap.
Sir, there are two questions. is Manoj P. So his question is, if I create a new project, where will I give multiple ownership of the project created? I created a project, but I don't know where to give it. Surendra, can I answer it?
You please
Go
answer.
ahead.
Yeah. So that is while creating the form itself, you have the option of assigning towards your left is a panel in that you can manage the things, whom to give permissions like edit permissions and data collection permissions, etc. So you can add any number of people to access, edit and modify data. And second question is, where are the photographs stored? I think it's in Mapillary. And this is by Mr. Ashok. The photographs, see, while working with Mapillary, it creates two types of files. While working with the Mapillary, it creates two types of files. One is the GPX, another is JPG. GPX file is see at a regular interval. Suppose you are selecting as a 5 meter interval. Every 5 meters it stores XY coordinates at regular interval. That is a 5 meter interval. So suppose you are recording a track of 500 meters. If the 5 meters interval, 100 pairs of GPX XY coordinates will be stored in GPX file, and 100 photographs will be taken at a regular interval. So those 100 photographs in the form of JPG, and one GPX file containing 100 pairs of XY coordinates. So that will those files will reside in your phone memory until you upload it to the server. So don't upload immediately. And Mr. Guha's question, Dr. Guha, he said whether it can be edited. Yes, it can be edited, provided if you don't upload, you transfer it to some other folder, same data. And as any JPG file or TIFF file, you go to any photo editor, image editor, you can edit those photographs.
The question from, I think, Manoj P. His question is, if I create a new project, where will I give multiple ownership of the project created? I created a project but don't know where to give it. Another gentleman from Ashok, where are the photographs stored? Then Pramita Banerjee asking us, how can we convert a CSV file into a KML file? Okay. I think I can tell this, Mr. Manoj, if your query pertaining to the Epicalect file, see, normally what we do when we create a project, that we will be doing in either through that web page from mobile or from the desktop. When you create a project, you can identify the users who are going to, apart from the creator, you can, there is an option for us to give the different categories of users. One particular user is the managers. So we can give the managers the what we call the permissions to edit the data and add the data also. So you can do that. You can give to a few people rather instead of giving multiple people, particularly for the editing part. For collection part, once you make it public, your project becomes public and anybody can add the data there as far as the addition is concerned. So you did not create any users for collection of the data. You just inform them by messaging saying that you have created so and so project, this is your project, and you can request them to add the data. So only thing is you have to do two things. One is you should visible, that means you have to remove the hidden tag, and you should make it public. That is the thing. And second thing is how the Pramita Banerjee question is, how can we convert a CSV file into a KML file? See, I already told you the converting CSV file into a GPX file through the gpsvisualizer.com website. There, either we can convert a file into a GPX file, or you can convert into a KML file. There is a provision for us to convert either GPX or the KML file, or Google KMZ file. So there you can do it. Simply go to gpsvisualizer.com and then you can do the necessary import from your CSV file, that is, which is compressed or incompressed. Okay. Thank you.
Sir, one question from Sonal Das. He asks, how can we verify the authenticity of a mapped monument in OSM, as anyone can edit it? Ramurthy?
It is OpenStreetMap. It is not anything else. So I will answer it, Ramurthy Garu. Ramurthy Garu, are you there?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Please answer.
Yeah. This is about OpenStreetMap.
Yeah.
The question is about OpenStreetMap. So I would answer it. You see, OpenStreetMap is an effort by people who are interested in collecting geographical data. So I will give you actual how it came into being. Back in the first decade, in the middle of the first decade of this millennium, we call it the 21st century, people have actually tried to put a chain of restaurants. A chain of restaurants were planned in the city of London. And just like India, they have very serious issues with collecting geographic information system and also maps. So when they found that it may be much easier to create our own data, they're all motorcycle born. They took a week to crisscross London with their motorcycles with GPS on. That is how the OpenStreetMap came into being. So the entire society sends data to OpenStreetMap, just like Google Map. Google Map is another very nice approach to collect societal data. In Google Map, you can also post your photographs and a few more things. If you're not in India, even street maps can be done, what we are doing on Mapillary. So the authenticity of the geospatial data. This is a wonderful question, because there are many people who are using OpenStreetMap. They are always there to keep a tab and who is uploading which data. And you will find that if you upload data, it will take a few days for you to see your data. Even the Fakhruddin Gutta which I uploaded, though it appears to me on my mobile with my sign on, it may not be appearing to you if you go and sign on. That is because there are moderators. They will first verify, and when they find that, okay, this data is authentic, then they will populate it on the OpenStreetMap. I hope I have answered your question. Next question, please.
Yes, sir. There is a question. One Mr. Manoj. His question is, point attribute is added to OSM using Maps.me. Will be able to add track or line attribute to OSM? That is the question.
This is a wonderful question. Remember, just like Epicollect 5 works on a website, and its counterpart on your mobile is a small app. So similar relation exists between OpenStreetMap and Maps.me. Maps.me is a small app which can be used for collecting geospatial data the way the OpenStreetMap wants. Remember, the way in which OpenStreetMap wants. not the way in which me or you want. So there are standards set on OpenStreetMap. So the only thing we can take for Geoheritage is a monument. You cannot record your Geoheritage as, let us say, for the sake of it, as a temple. No. You cannot record it as a school. If you verify the amount of attributions available on OpenStreetMap, the nearest that can go to Geoheritage is a monument. So you use Maps.me to collect geospatial data in a form that is accepted by OpenStreetMap. You imagine that you were using EpiCollect 5 app on your mobile, but you are using a particular form. So you can only collect data as per that form. You cannot collect data at the same time for 2 forms. So this is the nearest way I can explain to you. So a form is set in OpenStreetMap and it is globally available. Because I made Fakhruddin Gupta today, maybe by tomorrow, if somebody finds that there is something wrong, because I'm logging in, my email address is there, and because I have been using OpenStreetMap since long, I keep following what is going on. They will email me, they'll say, sorry, your location is wrong. And otherwise, they just keep quiet. I can see on OpenStreetMap, it comes up as data. I hope I have answered your question.
Sir, one
question.
Nishant Kokar is asking, can we use this as a crowd sourcing?
Nishant, you are doing crowdsourcing when you use EpiCollect 5 for making a form, because you know what data you want to collect. So imagine that you are a professor in a university. You are a professor in a university and you have a team of people who collect the data for you. So the team goes around with mobiles, and you as a professor sitting in your cubicle, you can watch how the data is getting populated in the form. So if you actually get into the nitty-gritty of EpiCollect 5 form making, there are so many fine-tuning you can do. You know that you should be a manager to simulate. So there are data collectors, there are managers, and there is an owner. So it is only owner, he can delete a form. Others cannot. Managers can simulate data. Many more things they cannot do. So using EpiCollect, you were crowdsourcing. Using Maps.me and OpenStreetMap, you are crowdsourcing on a global scale. I hope I have answered your question.
From Nishant Kokar, he had 2 questions. One, he said, mobile can be used as a GIS device? And then
Go ahead, sir.
Yeah, and he also said that can be converted into a full GIS. My answer to this is yes, mobile is a device, is a GIS device now with the availability of, as I told you in the morning, the what you call assisted GPS built-in feature. It is providing the better location capability than a GPS receiver because it has the capability. And another thing is there are already plenty of commercial applications on mobile for using a full-fledged GIS. Now the smartphones will be more and more what you call enhanced in their facilities. Now we can use them as a full-fledged like a desktop, but we may not be doing the intense programming like things. But for GIS, yes, definitely you can collect the data you can do the analysis, you can visualize it. Already we have seen the what you call because with my experience way back in 2004, we have used the commercial app of the ESRI, that is called ArtMap. When mobiles were not used, mobile phones, rather we were using the handheld GPS, what you call smart handheld computers, handheld small miniature computers those days. But that time they were already full-fledged GPS over there. Now with the advanced smartphones, we can do real GIS. Sometimes we can even do the full-fledged GIS also. But with it may not be 100% like a what you call desktop or server-based GIS, but still, as a common man, but to a certain extent, we can achieve the GIS capabilities. Okay, that's all. Thank you. Thank you for the question, Mr. Coker.
So this is the presentation I'm going to make. Yes. So now this presentation will take you through Geoheritage, Maps.me, OpenStreetMap, how all the three are related. You were not introduced to Maps.me, but I'm sure that those of you who have used OSMAND, you can straight away use Maps.me because it is such a simple application. There is no learning curve. You just start it, use it. That's all. So, Geoheritage, map it, Maps.me it, share it. Weave a story. This is very, very important to weave a story. We have a lot of material to weave a story as geologists. Yes, where were these hills? And what was happening to these hills at the time of continental drift and maybe in Jurassic and prior to that and so many things. So the most important thing for geoheritage and data collection is this. This is an oxymoron because dream and reality are two different things. But here we dream to achieve reality. So this is my mobile screen wherein that wonderful software Maps.me is tucked in. You know the actual icon you have. It is a green suitcase for travelers. Maps.me is used by travelers, and geologists travel a lot. Geologists, geographers, archaeologists, they belong to one type for geoheritage. So now, this is when you open it. It so happens that it is there near my house at Hyderabad. Those who have actually seen the videos I created earlier, probably some of you, even before the training, for Mapillary and others, you know it pretty well. So the blue arrow is where you are, and there is a lake nearby. And then I am going to actually locate a geoheritage site very close to my house. See how I do it. So close to my house, about less than 2 kilometers, I have a geoheritage site. I don't know, you can read it, but this place with a temple located is Baba, Avatar Meher Baba's place. Okay, they call it Cave of Avatar Meher Baba Hyderabad Center. So the Avatar Meher Baba Center people, it so happens they were part of our trainings a few years ago. We taught them Maps.me and OpenStreetMap, and they have located this. So, but by the side of it, there is a monument, the Geoheritage site. Now let's see that. So when you want to see that, what you do is you go to add a place on the map. You tap on that. It is there on your screen, and you can find it on your mobiles. Add a place. Then this plus mark appears on the screen, and this plus mark can be pulled into location. So I'm pulling it into location, and I bring it here. This place, which is a Geoheritage rock structure in the granitic terrain of Hyderabad, I'm going to locate, and that plus point is where I want it to be. And I press the done. I tap that done. Then what happens? Then it will ask me about the attribution. Megha Paul asked about attribution. This is where it is coming into. Location is coordinates, but Maps.me is asking me that what attribution I give it. I give it attribution to this, and then I choose monument. I typed MON and I got monument. So I tap on monument, see what happens next. Yes, I type the name of this monument. I can also type in Devanagari. Maybe many other languages are also possible. The add a language is there, and I have given a detailed comment. Granite Tor, Inselberg, result erosion for millions of years. So OSMAND is seen, OpenStreetMap is seen by many around the world. It is for them. Geologists may find it amusing. Somebody has said it is a Tor, good enough. But for others, it will be quite amusing. After doing that, I click the tick mark above. You can see the tick mark at the top right. After clicking the tick mark, yes, this happens. I have got a monument noted at Fakhruddin Gutta. In Telugu, Gutta means a mound. A rocky mound is Gutta. And it is after Baba Fakhruddin. Actually, Fakhruddin's Mazar is there. So you can see the lat-long there. And then, let us see. You created Geoheritage point. Well done. Then, sign into OpenStreetMaps at the very beginning. Even on Maps.me, if you sign into your OpenStreetMaps account, whatever you are doing as per the attribution of OpenStreetMap, it will be uploaded with the presence of internet. Then let's actually log on to OpenStreetMap. So I have logged on to OpenStreetMap, and it so happens last time I used OpenStreetMap is at this Champua. Champua is the place where I had this second oldest rock in the world at Odisha. The second oldest rock in the world at Odisha, and I simulated the Hindu photograph, if you remember. Then after that, you see I'm using the search. See, in the search, I have searched for Fakhruddin Gutta, and there it is. So I have mapped it, in fact, today in the morning, and it is uploaded, and it exists now on OpenStreetMap. Earlier, when you saw the Avatar Meher Baba's, the small abode, there was no Fakhruddin Gutta. Got it? So it is created now. That's why I made slides out of it. So with that, we can also have the ability to, my friends, some of you, please put off your microphones. If you are not using your microphone, please put off. So this is the attribution that comes from OpenStreetMap. This attribution comes from OpenStreetMap. I just tapped on that and the attribution opens. And other than attribution, you can see how you can go there and things like that. So I have showed you how to open your OpenStreetMap and how to record data. And most of our geoheritage data, we can only note it with one attribution, that is making it a monument. And after the monument is over, then you drag it into the right point and all that which I explained. So there we are. So you will have a lot of questions about OpenStreetMap. Anyway, we are open even now for discussion. We are there on email for you. So, well, in this photograph, you see a person lifting a big rock. It is only mocking. Well, teaching you was fun. I was not lifting a big rock. Thank you. Now let us discuss.
OpenStreetMaps or OSM was founded by Steve Coast in 2004, initially focusing on mapping the United Kingdom. In April 2006, the OpenStreetMap Foundation was established to encourage the growth, development, and distribution of free geospatial data and provide geospatial data for anybody to use and share. Maps.me is free software for Android and iOS mobile devices that provide offline maps based on OSM data. Apps such as Maps.me, OSMAND, and Mapillary, which are based on OSM data, can be used by people all over the world as base maps for routing and navigation, especially for locating point data. Since the foundations of OSM requires it to be open source, anybody can access and add point data as POI using a mobile handset. This ease of accessibility especially comes handy if one chooses to explore geosites in one's locality. Apps like OSMAND and Maps.me enables a geologist to explore, locate, and mark known geosites in his or her locality, which can then be accessed by other similarly interested people from all over the world. Once such a wealth of geosite data is significantly accumulated, it can prove indispensable in planning of geoparks, promoting geotourism, and protecting the country's geoheritage.
EpiCollect 5 is a database platform where we could store details of geoheritage, which includes location, picture, and information like what it is, why, and author who created it. Such a set of data created by individuals will be uploaded to server. The accessibility of data and its management could be controlled by project owner. Such more and more data set storage of geoheritage from various locations could enhance better in concept of geotourism and its management.
Mapillary is a crowdsourced database of street-level imagery. So it is that sort of later acquired by Facebook, offers different capturing modes like while walking, driving, or panoramic view. As of February 2016, 15 million photos have been in its dataset. It helps enthusiasts explore places and get a 3D view or 3D perspective of a place of interest. As we know, geoheritage sites are not always easily accessible, It is an interesting and interactive medium for the cause. Images in Mapillary are used under Creative Commons International License, so there is a special permission to derive data from photos for contributing to the OpenStreetMaps and Wikimedia Commons. GPX tracks can be used without restriction, and the derived data can be used provided it is open database license compliant. To conclude, it helps in navigation and location and locating point data uh, and to simulate it in 3D view. Geotagging images of places or site of interest which are geological and socially important. It helps us boost up. It will, of course, help us boost up geotourism and protect geoheritage. Thank you.
Good morning. Geoheritage is a royalty given to the site or area of geological feature with significant scientific, education, and cultural value. OpenStreetMap is an open source app which allows users to add missing features on their open map according to their needs. For GeoHeritage, it will help to plot the geosite across the world. Thank you.
Good morning to one and all present here. Geotourism is a form of tourism which attracts the tourist to experience the wondrous, unique geological landscapes. So, it is very important to have a database of geosites to identify and record details of geosites. AppyCollect 5 comes handy, and the tourism is of no use if there is no information of availability of essentials like restaurants, hotels, and even petrol stations, etc. near the geosites, then OSMAND will be a very great companion. Thank you.
Dr. Ritesh Arya says, I think we have entered nursery class of data collection, but need lot of practice once the webinar is over.
That is the signature of Ritesh Arya. I'm really amused. My friend Ritesh Arya really has an ability to put the questions in the right perspective. Yes, this is like the nursery for genius. You have all taken a nursery class in geographic information system. It started with collecting data which suits a particular domain. The domain's name, Geoheritage. So now the field is open for you. Go from nursery, do your lower school, high school, graduate, make a PhD. Yes, the entire thing is open for you. And maybe you can become a faculty here very soon with expertise. In fact, I've been corresponding with some of the trainees. They have been very good. And they have all the qualities to become a teacher, irrespective of their educational qualification. So it's so nice being in touch with you. Please, all of us trainers, please come on to this dais. Please come on to the dais. We will be like that. Ramurthy Garu, if you can hear me, please come on to the dais. Okay, you are there. So let us give 3 cheers to the participants. They have done wonderfully well. Really, they have done wonderfully well. And 7th is the date before which you have to make submissions. So with this, Khuda Hafiz, Namaskar, Wanakam. Please, Nagesh.
Sir, I enjoyed this session as much as the trainees. I hope they would have enjoyed this. And I have learned in this process, I have learned many things. And I thank you profusely for initiating this. And really, without your constant nudging and thing, we would not have achieved this thing. I think all my code trainers will agree with me. Thank you very much, sir. Thank you very much, sir.
No, it is between us.
I
It
think I had
it is.
comment. As I said in my first day talk itself, saying that this training itself is a learning. Here also, while preparing for this training, I could search the GPS visualizer to convert directly compressed for CSV files into what you call GPX files. So what my point is, see, learning is always, training is always a learning for me. That's what I believe. That's what I have been doing it for the last say 2 decades. Even now also, I am grateful to Ravi Kumar Sahab and Ramurthy Garu even now and then. I keep accompanying them to various universities. My motto is only to learn. Whatever we learn, keep exchanging. So that is the only motive for us. We have no what to call other commercial or thing. Our thing is how to share our knowledge, because we have a lot learned. A lot of learning has been done, and we are doing still also. Even now also, I am doing some online courses. People wondering that 65 people are learning online learning and all. But that's how we teach and we learn. This is an what call learning. Learning will never end. We keep learning till the last breath. But thank you, Ravi Kumar Sahab and Ramurthy Garu and Nageshwaran for providing me an opportunity to interact with the trainees. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.